Hello everybody, and welcome back to Certified Collectibles. Today we'll be taking a look at some WATA certified video games that are just skyrocketing in price over the past year and a half. Now, if you've been following the video game market at all, or just watching the evening news, you're well aware that the Super Mario Bros. 1, 2, and 3, and all the Pokemon games for the Game Boy are just getting record results in auction. Those games everybody knows about, everybody knows they're drawing record prices, everybody knows those titles are skyrocketing. We're not going to bore you with stuff you already know. We wanted to find some titles that we really didn't expect to see these prices for. Games that we think a lot of you guys are going to have in your collection. So some of these titles, these were trading for under $200, under $50 just a year and a half ago, and now over $1,000, up to $10,000 in today's market over the past year and a half. So just skyrocketing in price. And like I said, these are titles that a lot of you guys are going to have in your collection because they traded for next to nothing just a year and a half ago. So we picked out 5 titles that we think a lot of you guys may have that are just shooting way up in price. So let's go ahead and get started in just random order. So our first title is a Game Boy game, Donkey Kong Land 3. Now this game was everywhere just a few years ago. Actually in 2020, just last year, this is a January of 2021, just so you know. But in last year, 2020, this game sold for under $100 a game. This is a 9.8 A++. We paid under $100 for these just about 6 months ago. Now these games are selling for right around $1,000. About $960, $980, $1,000 for 9.8 A++. Now, these sold in auction in December of last year, December of 2020, for about $1,000. So we've seen a lot of price appreciation from October, November, December of last year, just to January of this year. So if you paid $1,000 for this last year, you can expect to pay $1,200 to $1,500 in today's market in January 2021. These games were everywhere about a year ago. You know, like I said, we paid about $100 for all these. Now, about $1,000 a game in today's market. Super price appreciation for a game that, you know, everybody thought was really abundant on the market. And, you know, even though you might see a lot of these titles on the market in high grade, especially these Game Boy games with the really fragile boxes, these don't come nice very often. So people are willing to pay up for the 9.8s. Just keep that in mind. If you guys have some of these in your collection, you might want to get them graded to help protect them, because in high grade, these things go for big money already. $100 a year, 6 months ago, $1,000 today. Oh, now here's one that's going to blow your socks off. God of War for the PlayStation 2. Now this game here was abundant about a year and a half ago in 2019, and we picked all these copies up for under $100. This game traded for under $100 back in 2019. But a 9.8 A++ just sold last weekend, January 17th of 2021, for over $10,000. It sold for $10,200. Now, that was just a later release edition like this. The first print edition, the first production edition, has a Sony security seal across the top right here. So this is a later production run, just like the one that sold in auction for $10,000. In 9.8, you can expect to pay over 10 grand for this game here that was under $100 just a year and a half ago. Humongous price appreciation. As you can see, this is a 9.6. A 9.6, expect to pay around $6,000 for that game. If a 9.8 is selling for over $10,000, a 9.6 you can expect to pay $5,000 to $6,000. Humongous price appreciation for a game that sold for $100 a year and a half ago. Keep in mind, some of these PlayStation 2 games, Game Boy games, Sega games, a lot of people have these things sealed in their collection. They don't keep them nice. And nice, high grade, people are willing to pay up. So 9.6, 9.8 for some of these games is going to draw you big money if you held on to them. Now, I think we have another PlayStation 2 game. Now, this is another surprise title, because this game was everywhere. This game traded for under $20 in 2019. This is a Guitar Hero for PlayStation 2. Now, I think we paid $15 for all our copies. As you can see, this is a 9.4, but a 9.8 sold for $900 in October of last year in auction. If it sold for $900 last year in October, you can expect to pay well over $1,000, probably $1,000 to $1,200 in today's market for this game in a 9.8. A 9.4, $500 or so, but still, it's a game that you paid $20 for a year and a half ago that's now selling for $500. Humongous price appreciation. Keep an eye out in your collection for PlayStation 2 games that are very nice, that have a great seal on them. They're shooting up in price. A lot of you guys are going to have some of these games in your collection, so keep an eye out. Okay, here we go. We have a couple Sega games here. Sega Genesis, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Now, this is another game that was everywhere a few years ago. A lot of guys had these in their collection. You could actually buy case packs of these. I think we bought a case pack for, I think it's $800 for 6 games. So these traded for under $200 back in 2019. Now, in today's market, they're selling for about $1,000. A 9.6 A Plus, it just sold in beginning of this month, and I think January 4th of 2021 for about $960. So about $1,000 for 9.6. This here is a 9.6 A Plus, just like the one that sold in auction for about $1,000. And keep in mind, this is an RTB seam. The tube seamed games are the first production run. The RTB seamed games are the later production runs, and so this is a later production run, just like the one that sold in auction for $1,000. So this is a game you paid under $200 for a year and a half ago, $1,000 in today's market. Incredible appreciation for this game. Now here's another surprise title. NBA Jam Tournament Edition. Now this one here, this was everywhere. You could pick this game up for under $100. Well, actually it's under $50 back in 2019. So if you go back a year and a half, you pick this game up for under $50. I think we paid $40, $50 for all our titles. Now this is another one you could buy case packs of back then, but now is trading for substantial premium. 9.6 A plus just sold last weekend, January 17th, 2021, for $1,800. So a 9.6 A just sold for $1,800 last weekend. This is a game you paid $50 for a year and a half ago. Now, as you can see, this is a 9.8 A so you can expect to pay $4,000 to $5,000 for this game. So a 9.8, you can expect to pay $4,000 or $5,000. You're talking about a 10,000% appreciation from $50. A 9.6, somebody just paid $1,800 last weekend. Humongous price appreciation for a game that everybody thought was everywhere. Everybody thought was really abundant on the market, but nice condition. They're less abundant than you think. So keep an eye out for some of these titles that you guys didn't think had any value. Some of these titles are skyrocketing in today's market. So those are the 5 titles we picked out. We hope some of you guys have these in your collection. We'd love to hear about it. Drop some comments in the comment section below. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. And as always, please remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you for joining us here at Certified Collectibles, and we'll see you again next time.